What's up, y'all? Welcome to the crib. We're gonna show you around today. A lot of you guys have been like, "Lee, we're shooting in your bedroom." Yeah, because we got a high performance house. So I want to show you the high performance house that I live in. I've been here for the last couple of months. It's out here in Bali, Indonesia. So yeah. So we literally just had my protein shake made by Nova. That's Nova over there, best house system in the world. Um, Nova just basically sorts out anything that we need. She'll clean, she'll cook our food, she makes protein shakes, she'll go and get stuff for us. So obviously, as a founder that wants to be high performance and doesn't want to do everything himself, like it's so critical to have these things off of your plate so that you can get more done and open up your energy for more things. So let me explain. Let me explain the supplements. Right. So as you guys may have noticed, we've got a receding hairline going on. So we got the dutasteride for hair stuff because finasteride made me depressed. We've got some chlorella. We've got some biotin for nails and skin. We've got Tonkat Ali for testosterone. If you're a man and you're not on it, get on it. What else do we have? I can't even remember. We have to get the supplement drawer out because I have to show you guys the length of biohacking we get into. So the reason why I have so many different supplements is one, because one of my high performance housemates is a biohacker. He literally had like a biohacking hub in the UK, like a biohacking store per se. So he would help people with their performance. So obviously me being performance orientated, it worked out very, very well. And I think if you're going to live with anybody and you want to live in a high performance household with other guys or the girls, you need to make sure to audit the people that you're going to be around because you're literally going to be living with these people. So it's important that you resonate. So we got the multivitamin, got to be done. We got lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, chaga, cordyceps. This is basically the different mushrooms. Really helps with the focus. On top of that, we have a magnesium complex and a vitamin B complex. Honestly, can't remember what it's for, but I know it helps me. And then I don't know where the other one is. This is for my hair as well. We do actually have a hair transplant pending. It's on the way. We just have to get some things in order. And the way I like to do things is I like to reward myself for things, because in the past, I would just buy anything as soon as I had money. I would just buy anything and then the money was gone. So I love spending, but then that's wired to my brain. So if I just give myself things that I want without doing something for it, I'm basically training my brain to be like, you can have anything whenever you want, even if you don't do work, which right now in the season that I'm in doesn't align with me. So I feel it's better to train your brain to be rewarded for things after you've done it. That way you can train your brain to love the work that you do and enjoy the journey. So it makes it all worth it and fulfilling rather than just grinding in the mirror. Oh, my life's worthless. So not bad. We also have ginkgo biloba. This helps with your brain, especially memory recall, which if you have ADHD, similar to me, very helpful. So yeah, we're gonna sync the supplements. Okay, and then in the protein shake, I'm gonna explain this because it's important. By the way, if you want my whole protein shake recipe, I literally do have a whole little breakdown on a PDF. All you've got to do is message me on Instagram at @IamLukeAnning protein shake, and I'll send you the PDF for it. Because if you're a man, this is gonna sort your life out. So we've got turmeric, really good for the stomach, which if you want to have more happy chemicals, more serotonin, you need to have a happy belly. More lion's mane. We got red ginger, again, good for the stomach. We got flaxseed, maca powder, raw cacao powder, big vasodilator, so this will help with nutrient flow in your body. We've got moringa, creatine, because we're getting fucking swole. Cordyceps, more chlorella and yerba mate, but I don't have that in the protein shake. That's just for those days when I want to work a little longer. So yeah, that's it. That's the protein shake recipe for you. So usually this is more of a sip, but we get Nova to make this because otherwise this would take me like 20 minutes to make, and we didn't have time for that. But when I didn't have Nova and I was on the hustle and on the grind, I would make this myself. And it's kind of funny how I get motivated. There's like 4 different types of motivation. One is madness. One is individuality, which is like, having the place, being in Bali. Madness is kind of like fuck you energy. Another one is purpose. Everyone's like, find your purpose. But that's like one of 4 reasons why you would be motivated. And then another one is advancement. So like getting to the next level, getting to the next, the next version of yourself. So all of these are motivate issues. So you need to know how to motivate yourself for all of these. But when I was making my protein shake by myself, I was thinking about all the people that were richer than me that had house assistants. And I was like, yeah, fuck these people. They don't know. They don't know me. But it motivated me, so I got it done. So it's literally not unhealthy to have that. You just got to use what you got at the right time. Like we have clients who are like, I want to make 100K a month. They want to make 100K a month. They get to 100K a month, and then they lose all their motivation because you have to change your motivation, your drivers over time. So, yeah. All right. That's protein shake. So whiteboard, if you're like any kind of visionary entrepreneur, you need to be putting stuff where you can see it. Like some people have Notion, Trello, all that stuff. I just like to use something that I can trust. And I also like something that I'm going to see it in my face no matter what's going on. And that's why I don't like as much the online stuff. I use Google Calendar and I have my own systems online as well. But having my 3 core goals on the board are key. So the 3 core goals right now is 80K new cash from the 8th of June until the 8th of September. So we have a few payments here. We also just signed 3 revenue share partners. So what that means is basically as I help them make money by overcoming their patterns, building personal systems, business consulting, and holding them accountable, and we make money. So this first guy is on track for 150K in the next 3 months. This girl, we're just playing really with her feminine energy. But she's a cool vibe and she's a good friend, and she was the first person on this offer. So that's why I feel it's always good to test a variance of audiences whenever you're launching something new. And then this girl we signed just this week, just gone. She's made 2 million in the last, I think it was either 4 million or 2 million in the last 2 years. So now we're going to come in and build some more consistent sales because it's been quite up and down. So that's what I'm there to do, is help her with that based on my experience with my last business partner. So we've got 80K cash. We've got to align my identity, maintain my habits, which are here, go through my limiting beliefs worksheet, which is something that I give all of my clients so that they can create awareness of the internal limiters much faster than kind of hitting an obstacle or then being like, oh my gosh, you're going through this, and then staying in their patterns. We create your awareness super fast. We've also got going through my mentors program. I always have a program or course that I'm going through, like non-stop for the last 4 years. I just feel when I'm feeding my brain new information and then implementing it, then, we win. Here's a couple future ideas, a little secret thing. We might be creating a program called 30 days to 30K or 40 days to 40K. And we'll scale sabotage, just testing right now. So I have a blend of ways of achieving goals. There's the super masculine way of doing it, of having kind of like this, where you've got inputs, outputs, processes, feedback. So you basically have like an input goal, and then you list all the things that you need to do. And then you've also got the feminine energy way of doing it when you're in alignment and calling it in and being open to the unexpected, but allowing yourself to trust the thoughts and the feelings and then just act on it. So this I'm having a lot of fun with right now because I've built businesses very, very well on this. But since I've been playing in this, that's how we created the revenue share. It's how I've created these other courses for people who aren't at 50, 60, 70, 100K a month and still want to work with me. And yeah, just having a lot of fun. So the 3 core goals right now, 80K new cash. I think we're going to skyrocket way past through that. We were 84 kilograms, so I had to get some scales, which are here. Do some side-by-side photos, the classics, and then just track my ingredients. And then get me out of sales closing, which, to be honest, we've just been closing a lot of people in the DMs, which is fantastic. That's the way I love to pivot. So those are those things broken down. We've got my habits. I build habits very, very differently to a lot of people that I know. I feel like I do this is because energetically I want to do a lot. So I want to do like this habit, this habit, this habit, this habit, this habit. But I know I'm going to set myself up for failure if I try and do them all at once. So how I do it is this says pray 7 times, Wim Hof and tapping 7 times. But this actually started about 5 weeks ago. So this started as pray 2 times, Wim EFT 2 times. So I set the barrier really, really low for the week so that I do the things that I say that I'm going to do and in integrity with myself, which builds self-trust, which builds self-confidence, and then everything is in momentum. So I'm having a lot of momentum in my business right now because I actively chose behaviors that slowly would work for me and then had my own accountabilities in place for that based on my own systems. This is literally like 5% of what I teach, but just to give you some insight, this is how things work for me. So we've got yoga 6 times, do my own limiting belief practices 2 times, ice face, right. I'm going to do ice face with you right now. Some of you guys have seen Ashton Hall's crazy morning routine. I saw him do the ice face and we're waiting for our ice bath to arrive right here. And it was meant to arrive tomorrow, but it's going to be here Monday. And so I was like, right, how can I still have this refreshing, like, bam, energy? And so we do ice face. So I'm gonna reuse the ice face. So I don't know if I actually have any ice. Okay, I've got some ice. So this is actually, I do this 2 ways. If I'm more in a rush, I just get the ice. And we just bang some of the ice out like this. And then ice to the face. I can tell you right now, this is one of the most refreshing things that helps me stay high performance. You might be like, Luke, you're such a weirdo. I'm like, yeah, I know, but at the same time, I achieve most of the things that I want to achieve. So, so that's ice face. It's very simple. I can't tell you the science off the top of my head. I'm going to get a stat up on the video right now for why it does that. Okay, somewhere. Cool. I'm going to get my head to have that in it. Oh my gosh. Right. Cool. So that's ice face. Read 2 times. Right now I'm reading 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. I'm also reading Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. And what else am I reading? I've just started to read, well, I'm intending to read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And then I've got 2 other little books to read that are on the way. Over on here, right. So my relationship with God is mad. So I didn't used to believe in God. I didn't trust in God. I couldn't trust him. I did my own limiting belief works. And now if I ask God for something, it's coming in 3 days. Like, obviously within reason, I'm not like, yeah, God, give me a Ferrari, bro. Like a realistic, but I also do stuff in alignment. So right now, this says God is guiding me with ads, actions, and decisions, and they bring me more and more aligned clients. This says I made the most of my investments and trust in God. And the reason why is because when I invested in my mentor's course, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse. I was a little bit like, I don't want this to work. I don't want this to be a waste of money. But I also told the guy, I was like, I'm going to make my money back in a week. Like, I was like, I don't want this energy. Like, I'm going to make the money back in a week. I'm going to trust in God. God is going to help me make the money back. And guess what happened? 1 week, let's go. And then I'm allowed to be open and honest and explore without guilt. That was just around my dating life. God aligns me, and God, I command that you have aligned me. So I like to act as if. There's like a manifestation principle from Neville Goddard, which is like acting as if something is already there. I've applied the same principle to my relationship with God, where I'm like, God already put me here. God has already created these things for me in my reality. Now I just got to trust that it's going to come and act as if God's going to give it to me. Because I know he will. Because we got a sick relationship. I'm still here on this earth because of God. Because at times, like, if you don't know my story, like, I literally had suicidal thoughts every day from when I was 5 to 25 years old. I don't have them anymore. And the only reason I haven't taken my life, and I'm still here, despite a few attempts, and despite multiple times I should have been dead, is because of God. So you don't need to believe in God. You can believe in the universe, helicopters, whatever, but have some higher power. There's a reason why you're here. And the last one is God is creating purity, momentum, and deep connection in my life. And I love it. And that is because I made a decision to go celibate until marriage, because what I did got me here, and it's not going to get me there. So that's why that is there. So that's my whiteboard. One of my most important things to do, like I said, is rewarding myself once something has been done so that I love the work. So I went back to my root, but it's not exactly my roots, all right? So I grew up in a small little village in England, like 2,000 people maybe in the village when I grew up. So I was super country boy, village orientated. And then I went to university, and all of my friends were from like London, like Afro-Caribbean. And so I got cultured real quick. And so last night, one of my rewards for myself was creating some jerk chicken seasoning, because you know your boy still loves chicken and rice. Like 6 years running, chicken and rice. Get big, let's go. So last night I cooked, I got my chicken and rice, and then we've got Nova is creating seasoning. And like, I don't know if some of you guys have seen the Ainsley Harriott meme, but basically you create the jerk chicken, you mash it up. I'm gonna probably like put that Ainsley Harriott meme up on this bit, but basically he's like, yeah, then give your meat a good old yeah, boy. That's the jerk chicken. So I'm going to show you guys the rest of the place where I live, because some of you guys have seen me shooting in my room. You'll be like, Luke, are you in your bedroom? So also, we've got the blue light blocking glasses on. Obviously not needed for now, but when I sleep, gotta be that gangster, right? So this is Marco. It's Nick's dog, which is my high performance housemate. Marco his breed is Bali. All right, like nobody knows what the breeds are here, but we think he's a little bit Chihuahua, he's a bit fat right now, and the reason being is because he has PTSD, and when he has PTSD, he screams and then he wants to be fed. So he's on a diet right now, but it does go a little mad. So this is the spot, but this is the most recent upgrade to the Hyperfeed house. We basically took the downstairs, what do you call it? Beach seats, and we put them upstairs here. So this is where you're going to find Nick most of the time. smoking cigars, works about 2 hours a day, lives life. Also got Josh as well. He's doing some property stuff. Welcome to Bali. There is always construction going on here, but pretty much most of the day it's pretty chill. For the last couple of months, we haven't had any construction here, so this has just started. But, you know, anytime that we want a break, life is like this. I have a principle that I live by, which is design your life to be a machine for your goals. So as you can see, a lot of the things in my household are very optimized for me to be at my best version of myself. Because it's all these little like micro steps that hit the big picture. People are like, oh, I want a quantum leap, but they're not prepared to build the personal systems that help get them there. So that's what I do with my clients, is they help them build these little micro steps. So Marco, we're gonna say bye, okay? When you see influencers on their phone and you're like, so is this person actually on their phone? 99% of the time, they're not. The only time I'm on my phone talking to people like this is when I'm voice noting clients. So voice noting clients and team members. So I'm not going to share too much details, but we just had a client generate an extra $2,800 after today's call with Luke. Let's go! Come on! This is actually how hyped I get over client winning. Like, a lot of people don't know that I'm extremely client-centric. I would rather a client get a result and put myself at the back burner than me win. Obviously, I've set myself up life differently now, but I would rather die than a client not get a result. I'm very client-oriented. I'm like, if you pay for a plumber to come and fix your pipe, them fix the pipe, they're a shit plumber. It's the same with 99% of the coaches in the industry. Like, they're just about profit, which I get. Businesses need to be profitable, but not as a result of a client's not winning. Like, that fucking sucks, so fuck that. We love the mindset work. Do you know what's mad? We literally only did one limiting belief in that call. And the limiting belief that we covered was not even, it wasn't even like mad business related. It was more like, I'm not worthy of love or connection. And we reframed that in the call. So it's pretty sick that she's had that result pretty fast. Possible manifesting generator. I don't know. We'll find that out later. All right. We got this other client. Yeah, bro, I would absolutely edit the video like that. I think that would be a good intention. Really, I want you to outshine my current editors. If you outshine my current editors, then you may have yourself a new job, my friend. We basically have a client right now that's building a YouTube agency from afresh, and we had a couple editors that were a little slow. So obviously we want people to be high performance and meet my standards. So I've given him a bit of an opportunity to get some help as well with us. But he joined us because he was struggling with some addiction. I won't go into which specific stuff to protect his details, but he hasn't relapsed since he started with us. So that's pretty special. So because of that, now he's got more confidence, more leadership, and he's able to build his business from there. So that's a dub. Thank you, good sir. Much appreciated. How are we doing with your action steps? How are we doing with the manifesto? I know it's quite a long little action item, but have you broken it up into steps? Where are you at with it? My expectations are, bro, that this is done before our next call. So do you think that's possible if you move some things around and you get yourself tidied up? Next call will be breaking down your calendar and your time management. So I want to place all of that energy into that next call. So this is one of our newest clients. He's doing $250K a month already. One of his business partners actually signed with us. So you might have seen on my channel, Mitch went from 44K a month to 110 in a month. And then since then, now about 6 weeks later, they're at 250K a month, on track for 500. And he just referred his business partner to work with us. So yeah, we started off with the identity stuff, and then we're diving into doing an executive review of his calendar so that we know when he's doing stuff, when he's got structure, so that he feels safe, so that he feels good, and so that he doesn't feel overwhelmed with a massive amount of momentum that they've got going on. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm not ready to scale. But it's like, no, you just don't have the systems that you're ready to scale. And like I said earlier, like, this is 5% of what I teach. Like, don't just go on this video and be like, right, systems, builder, I've got it. No, like, if you had it, you wouldn't be listening to this video. So don't be a dumb person. Like, come and get some help. And then I've got a couple team check-ins. Yeah, so best thing would be, can you set a meeting in my calendar for tomorrow? Maybe use one of the links that I've sent you before to book in a call, and we'll get you logged in with email verifications.
So that's one team member. And then I've got another team member managing all of our ad campaigns and doing some renaming because it's a little bit messy. So oftentimes when I'm empowering team members to do things, I'm just like, hey, this is your baby now. Go and fix it and make it the best thing possible. So that's sick from her. And then I've just had a couple things that I need to review, which we'll set a time for later.
What we're up to today is we're heading to a Bali orphanage. But right now we're going to buy some shelves and some furniture for the orphanage. They're doing a renovation right now. So we just met the girls. They're over there. Girls are over there. And yeah, we're just going to pick some stuff up, do some renovations, and just do some good. Because otherwise, what's the point in earning money if you can't go and help people with it? So yeah, that's what we're up to.